It is never too early nor too late to have another tiara, to have another crown. And I believe that all genders deserve to play with role and costume. It is all role, it is all costume, it is all the script of your life, and you get to be in the star of it. But who am I? I am Francesca Gentile, Marianna Francesca Michelina Gentile, shamanic clinical sexologist. And I am combining the science and soul of sexuality and of life and of this embodiment. 30 years an initiated shaman priestess in 5 traditions, and over 20 years as a clinical sexologist trained in the science of sexology as well as therapeutic tantra, therapeutic BDSM. So what we're talking about today, and by the way, your questions and comments are very, very appreciated. And I love to read where you are from, where you are tuning in from. And Amanda, thank you, great tiara. We have the moons here. And one of the things in when we're looking at role and costume, we're looking at science and soul, is how we combine the more cynical parts of ourselves, where's the replicatable data, and the more numinous, the more ethereal, spiritual parts of us that go all the way back to that innocent child of wonder and curiosity. If we are all wonder and curiosity, maybe we don't know how to structure and plan. Maybe we're taken advantage of. But if we are all cynicism and all, where's the data? Where's the data? I need more data. I don't believe you. I don't trust you. I don't believe you. Then we lose the joy and connection of life. Most of life is about the third way, the middle path, the midline, finding and holding a dance of center. And center is always moving. That's the challenging part. It's less of a balance beam on a stationary gym floor, and it's more of a boat or a surfboard on the sea of life. And we will never control the sea, but we can become better sailors, better surfers. And one of the ways that I do that is, intriguingly enough, inviting in those moments of joy and wonder, those moments of celebration, and really checking inside. If it doesn't hurt anyone and it makes me happy, bonus if it's illegal, why aren't I doing it? Why aren't I wearing a tiara? Why aren't I wearing things that sparkle? Why aren't I having a little bit more innocent fun? And I feel that sometimes some of us can go to more dangerous fun, more risky fun, more fun that maybe even breaks agreements and integrity with ourselves and others, because we don't give ourselves enough of the simple funs, the small funs, the savoring of the sweetness of life, of, I don't know, something like sparkles. Sparkles and tiaras. And thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Tiffany. Mwah. And just adore that you're here. And by the way, this is very inexpensive on Amazon. And it's just fun. Join me into tiara time. And maybe we'll just have a tiara tea all together and just dress up. Why? Why not? Sometimes I'll even buy outfits. And, if I'm with someone, they might say, well, where are you going to wear that? What event? What event? Is it a wedding? Is it a New Year's Eve party? Do you have an event planned? I don't think of it that way, honeys. I think of it as, what do I want to wear? What delights me? I'm going to get that. And then I'm going to create an event. So I've literally bought outfits, bought hats, bought dresses, and then created an event. For some of you, I just came back from Connecticut, and from some of you in Connecticut, I'm planning to come back in July, and I'm planning to have teas with you. I'm planning to have dress up with you. We might create some themes. Why? Why not? why not? And I might just get some fabulous outfits and bring them and just invite you to get your own and join me in playing dress up. There we are, under 9, 10 years old, and we're playing dress up. We're playing being Avengers. We're playing being Star Wars. We're playing being all these fantastical heroes and heroines and beings of power with capes. And then suddenly we're supposed to be grown up. How boring. I don't want to be grown up if I don't get to play dress up. And being grown up is just another role. It is. It's all made up. All of it. All of life, all of culture, all of whether we should shake hands or bow, whether we pray this way or that way, whether we're a church, a mosque, or a grove, or something else. It's all made up by someone. And I can make it up too. I realized that one day, and I invite you to realize it with me, that there were people, no matter what tradition we follow, whether it's a family tradition, a religious tradition, a historical tradition, or something else, there's someone, really someone, who at one point, 100 years ago, 500 years ago, 2,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago, who made that up? Who got the download, who got the aha moment. And by the way, we're in Epiphany right now. And what Epiphany means is, aha, oh my God, I just had an epiphany. It's all made up. And as long as we're making it up, what about making up things that calm our mind and open our hearts and connect us to ourselves, one another, this world, this universe, in a way that delights us. It delights us. And Amanda says she was looking at ball gowns today and she likes soft fabrics. I like soft, but also sparkly. And epiphany, one possible meaning of epiphany is that aha moment. I had an epiphany. So there's a phrase. Oh my God, I just had an epiphany. The moon is not made out of blue cheese. Oh my God, I just had an epiphany. All of life is made up. All of culture and tradition is made up. Oh my God, I just had an epiphany. So an epiphany is that aha, ooh, insight, that big insight kind of moment. And that's a definition of epiphany. Epiphany is also the aha, the discovery of the Christ child. So in the tradition of Christianity, there are 3 Chaldean mages, wise men, magicians, who are from this very, very ancient magical region of the Middle East called Chaldea. And this particular region was known for its ceremonies, its invocations, its connection with the stars and the moon, its ability to heal, etc. And mage actually means magic. And one definition of magic is to be able to change our consciousness, to change our emotional state of being, to change our consciousness at will. And it is said that prayer or invocation or spell or magic, which are all the same thing, depending on what tradition or ritual you're connected to, is you have an intention, which is our prayer, our ritual, our ceremony. You have an intention for it. You have words in it. So the words are created, the prayer, the ritual, the ceremony, the words are created to support the intention. And the fuel, the energy for that prayer, that ritual, that spell, the energy for it, toward it, is our emotion. Whether that's gratitude, whether that's anger, whether that's sadness, whether that's love. And of course, white magicians or white witches or white priestesses and priests, people of truly of the light, not just saying they're of the light, people who are truly of the light use compassion, love, kindness, gratitude, and the kind of the more dangerous emotions, but they still work to fuel prayer, are anger and resentment and you know, rage and sadness. It's the emotions itself that are the fuel. And then if we have intention supported by words, fueled by emotions, it's actually then our will, our sense of will, being able to hold on to that clear intention that kind of creates the overall power of our life and of our ceremony. That's why they say, be careful what you think, be careful what you feel, even if it doesn't come out of your mouth, because that's still a prayer. That's still magic. That's still creating. So even if I never say outside, I'm stupid and people don't like me, if that's what I'm thinking, I'm stupid and people don't like me, then I'm creating a world for myself in which I'm stupid and people don't like me. Even if I never speak it outside my mouth, I am speaking it in my mind and I'm fueling it with my anxiety. So all the traditions, if you start to go deep, and this is even, Christian or Islamic or any religion or tradition that you might practice that's a more spiritual tradition, will eventually say that our thoughts count. And it's not about shaming us. It's not about saying, ooh, you're bad because of your thoughts. It's like your thoughts have power. Your thoughts have power. Your feelings have power. And it's the path of the conscious human being to come to creating an integrated self. Remember, like prayer position, right? An integrated self, balancing darkness and light, compassion and boundaries, balancing and being able to move forward in harmony with an integrating self that can focus our will rather than a reactive self that is unconsciously perpetuating spells we don't want to. We don't want to. So criticizing someone is a spell. It is a negative prayer. And it creates more of what we don't want. So our Chaldean mages on January 6th, they had been following a star. They had gotten a download. They had gotten a channeling. They had gotten a vision that this really, really bright star in the Middle East meant something, that something of great portent, something of great power was happening where that star was, and they needed to follow it. And when they followed the star, they eventually found the baby Jesus. So the Epiphany was actually finding the baby Jesus. It was like, oh my God, this was the answer. This is the answer to following that star. And sometimes we follow that star. We follow that star to no matter what, even when we don't know where the star is leading. So the star is our soul's guidance. The star is our wisdom's voice. The star is something that opens our heart and uplifts us. Some deep knowing that says move forward. And sometimes we follow that star and we don't know where we're going. But by following it, it guides us to where we're meant to be. Here, together, you and me. Yay, baby Jesus. The star is our soul's guidance, our wisdom's voice. Exactly. And in my life, I worked can be meditated, prayed, was in 12-step, was in therapy, was in workshops, still am. I ongoingly engage in healing practices towards greater and greater wholeness, so that I can be more at peace. And when I'm at peace, when I'm in my calmness, I can listen to the star's voice, the still, quiet voice of the soul, the star's voice. We think of that radiant star in the night. It's radiant, it's impactful, but it's not screaming. The voices that scream in my head are the insecurities, the doubts, the confusions, the criticizing self or others. And learning to tenderly love and bring kindness to those voices, but to calm them down so that I can hear the still, quiet voice of the soul, that radiant star within that connects to the divine and that guides us unerringly to where we're meant to be. And it led me to the career that I have, the life that I have, the friends that I have. It guides me to my kindred souls. And in many cases, being in our deep soul's purpose, our deep life's mission, means soothing, healing, coming into wholeness, and supporting that dysregulated parts of our inner family to come to peace so that there's space. There's space for the most beautiful, radiant parts of us to come forward. I have an epiphany for you. We're meant to be in a state of peace and gratitude, a state of being, being able to savor this moment together. And we are 5,000 years in to pogroms, persecutions, conquests, of which colonialization is the most recent. We are 5,000 years into a dominator model of culture that says only 1% of any country and culture and people have rights, are entitled to actually health or riches or abundance, and everyone else needs to be sort of raped emotionally, physically, resources for that 1%. It's a very traumatizing model. We're always competing within that model. We never have enough within that model. We're not good enough in that model, and we're not safe in that model. I believe those of you who are here with me, we're creating a new model. I want the new model, please. And in the new model, we're collaborating, co-creating. There's more than enough. It's a world that works for everyone. And that we can co-create to create win-wins, take turns. How could it work? What else is possible? And there's really enough for everyone in that new model. And everyone is precious, unique, loved. And that's true inside of us for our entire inner family. I often use cards as a kind of a indicator of all the different selves. That everyone is welcome on the inside, everyone's welcome on the outside, and there's a way to work with it all. So I just wanted to do a quick little dip with you to invite in, as we're completing the 12 days of Christmas, the 12 days between the worlds, between one year and the next, those 12 magical days that start the energy for our new year. As we're completing them today, I wanted to do just a quick dip to invite in joy, innocence, wonder, choosing our roles and costumes, being the star and heroes and heroines of our own life in a fabulous new year. May you have a wonderful and amazing Tiara time anytime you choose. Until next time. Mwah.